I'm going to show you how to contour your face today using a couple of different products. For my first product, I'm going to use primer, and this is Magic Lumi by L'Oreal Paris. It has a shimmery color to it, hence Lumi for illumination. My next product is going to be my foundation, which is Revlon's Age Defying Makeup with a Pump Liquid Foundation. Then I'm going to use my concealer, which has a stem, and this is Perfect Cover Concealer by Beauty Treats. And then I'm going to be using my bronzer, which is a pressed powder compact. It's called Forever Flawless. And lastly, I'll be using my finishing powder, which is Color Stay Aqua by Revlon. So I'm going to start with my first step, using my primer. I put some of it on my fingers, however much you feel necessary, that's fine, and then warm it up. And then I'm going to apply it where I need to highlight. And the reason that I do this is because it has a shimmering color. Most women will put their primer all over their face, and that's fine. You're really supposed to do that because the primer sets your foundation and the rest of your makeup so that it doesn't run or come off as easily throughout the day. But I just use this for where I highlight because, as you can tell, it's bright and it has a shimmer to it, and I don't want my whole face to look glossy. So I apply it to my forehead, near my eyebrow, and near my eyebrows, down the bridge of my nose. I don't rub it all the way in because it will become transparent if you rub it all the way into your skin, and I'm using this as a highlight, primer highlight. I'm going to apply my foundation on top of this when I'm done. So here, I'm applying it underneath my eyes up to the corner of my eyes, and then down and next to your nostril, over your upper lip, and you're going to bring it back up this way and cover the top of your cheekbones. And I leave a little bit extra on this part of my face simply because I have dark circles under my eyes, and I want to cover that up as much as I can. Next, I'm going to make a fish face, and where it sucks in, just a little portion I'm going to cover with primer. Underneath my jawbone. I'm not going all the way back here. I'm mostly just covering in where it sucks in. And my chin. Okay, now you can see the lines where I have my primer, where I don't have my primer, and we're going to cover that up, so it's no big deal, don't worry about it. My next step is going to be my liquid foundation. Okay, and I have this brush here that I use. You should really use a bigger brush if you want more full coverage. But this is the only one that I have right now, so I'm just going to have to make it work, and it works fine. It just takes a little bit longer to get your whole face covered. So it's kind of square, it's flat right here, and similar brushes, though bigger, would do the job just as well, and they resemble this, but of course bigger. So I take my liquid foundation and I put it on my hand, and then I take this brush and I dab it into my foundation so that it's on my brush. Okay. And then I pat around on my face. And then you go ahead and blend it in. You have a hair. Okay. Just go in circles all over your face. Make sure that you have your skin taut so that it doesn't fall into the creases of your face. And you want to get it as close to your hairline, down onto your neck, and just blend it really well. Because you don't want it to look like you're wearing a mask. And if you have the appropriate brush, this doesn't take as long, but mine's little, so I have less area to cover as quickly, so it's going to take me a minute to get this fully blended. Okay. Now, as you can see, my skin is starting to tone correctly. It looks all the same, which is nice because my skin's not normally like that. And then for my third step, I'm going to take my concealer and I'm just going to repeat where I had my primer just to give it a little bit brighter color. So I just dab it where I had my primer. And I use a little sponge, a little makeup sponge, and then I pat my concealer onto my skin instead of rubbing it or smudging it around. So I just pat And this gets it on your skin evenly, and it doesn't look like you've used your fingers, and there's no lines. It's all with the complexion of your skin. And you just keep doing this in the same spots that you used your primer until you're done. Okay, so now we've applied the concealer, and our next step is going to be moving on to the bronzer. And the brush that I use for that is this Shall Remain Nameless, because I don't know what it's called, but works really well, and that's all that matters. So it's full, very soft, and it has an angle to it. It goes up a little bit, and it works really good when you're trying to get specific areas, little contouring parts, if you will. So what I go ahead and do is rub your brush in circles, okay, and then pat it off. And then I start usually right here on my temple, and you just go in circles, get close to your eyebrow and close to your hairline, and then work your way up, stick into the hairline, and then follow the frame of your face. And get into your ear, down onto your neck. Along your jawline. Go by your chin, the way that it is naturally shaped. And then your cheekbone. And that's a really good reason why you have an angle brush, so you can get the shape of your cheek. So you just keep playing with it until you get the look that you want. And then lastly, you can do this, you don't have to do this. I'm still debating whether or not I like doing this, but you can really slim down the way that your nose looks. I think that I actually have a pretty narrow nose as it is, but if you happen to have a wider nose, this can really come in handy after you highlight the bridge. You can bronze the sides of it by squishing your brush so that it's flat, and just not a lot, just dab it on there and then tap it. And then along the sides, just brush. Okay. I actually don't mind doing that much because it gives me a little sun-kissed look, and well, who doesn't like that? So, you officially contoured your face with all of these products, and when you're finished, what you want to do is set it with your finishing powder. Not only does this help your makeup stay as well as your primer does, but it also gives you that like flawless complexion, like airbrushed almost, and that's something that I've discovered recently myself. So something that I actually really like. So what I do is I take it and then I dump a little bit of it into the lid. Not much, a little bit goes a long way. And then I spread it around, and I use what most would consider just a normal blush brush. I use this brush particularly because it covers a lot of area really quickly, and it's super soft. So I dab my brush all around onto the finishing powder, swirl it around a little bit, tap it, and then tap off the excess. And just cover your face with it. You don't have to do it hard, just do it lightly and cover your face. So it really brings your look together and gives it its nice finishing appearance. So that is how you contour your face, and I hope it really helps you.